Okay, let's do this thing. Cause listen, I'm having some camera problems right now, and hopefully I can get that fixed by tomorrow. But fuck it, we'll just do an audio review of Raw tonight. Okay, this shouldn't really go long, but at least there was some interesting parts on this show tonight. Before we do kick off with this review of Monday Night Raw, first off, I do want to say please go check out my Hell in a Cell 2021 review, which is uploaded online right now. Went about an hour last night with me and my special guests. King Zaya on there. Check him out. He was new to the podcast yesterday and review. Like I said, we went about 45 minutes or whatnot. Had a fun time. I recommend going to check out the review and, hey, give your comment and subscribe on that. And, hey, just tell me what you think about the Hell in a Cell review because we talked about a lot. It wasn't the, worst show to talk about, but he wanted to get on it and it was something new. And hey, we had a good review, so go check that out. But Monday Night Raw tonight, the fallout from Hell in a Cell last night. What is going to go on next and as we go into Money in the Bank now? And a lot of qualified matches are going to go down. But we do kick it off with Bobby Lashley, MVP. And of course, basically bring out the same hoes damn near every week, it looks like. MVP and Lashley in the VIP lounge talked about how Drew McIntyre, within an inch of his life, he'll never be the same after the beating he took, and talk about how McIntyre can no longer challenge for the WWE title. And as they're about to do a toast and everything for what Lashley's big victory, New Day came out. Kofi and Xavier basically had a tray full of pancakes and whatnot. Kofi basically started throwing pancakes in the ring. Saying this isn't a toast. MVP says, get these clowns up out of here and whatnot. And, Kofi, you didn't even have a match last night. But Kofi said, it's well documented that, Lashley surrounds himself with his, Kofi said he surrounds himself with his friends and family rather than users and whatnot. Kofi basically said that, he asked Lashley if MVP and, all the women in the ring would hang around him much longer if he's still the WWE champion or whatnot. But Lashley basically said, I'm never losing this title, especially to someone like you. Lashley basically said, this is a hierarchy, and I'm at the top right now. And Kofi said, hey, let's remember, I beat Daniel Bryan for that WWE title at WrestleMania. Okay, and I pinned you on Raw, even though it was a fluke victory, really. But as they played the footage, which we know Drew was involved at the time, Kofi basically challenged Lashley at Money in the Bank. MVP was about to say something, but Lashley says, challenge accepted. All right, you got it. Money in the Bank. I want to make sure it's going to be a one-on-one. So I'm going to have a match with your boy right there, Woods, tonight. But Woods, talked about what he's done and everything. And he said, you want to keep this interesting? We're going to do a Hell in a Cell match tonight, which I'm sitting there wondering, why do we need to do another Hell in a Cell match? And Bobby Lashley was just in one last night. A really great match. Really fun. Really great. It was a match of the night last night, but really great match in general. And I'm just kind of sitting there wondering, why are we seeing this? And just out of the blue, too. You think SmackDown was kind of bad doing it? At least SmackDown kind of advertised it in the day, even though I didn't find out till almost an hour before the show. I ain't know nothing about this, and they just basically announced it just because. It's almost like, hey, if Fox got a Hell in a Cell match on Friday, let's do a Hell in a Cell match because USA wants one. And hey, Roman Reigns was the champion and he was in it. So we'll put Bobby Lashley in two. So yeah, Bobby Lashley in two Hell in a Cell matches. He was in one last night and he was another one again. So yeah, man, we just throwing Hell in a Cell matches out here like it's nothing. Okay, I'm like, here we go, Hell in a Cell Part 3. So I don't know why they're doing so many Hell in a Cell matches. Like, why? Why do we need to see this many Hell in a Cell matches? But Money in the Bank qualifying matches started as AJ Styles came out with Almost. They played footage basically talking with the Viking Raiders in the back with the tag titles and whatnot. AJ ended up going against Ricochet to see who was going to qualify in the Money in the Bank. Not bad. It ended up with the Viking Raiders coming out, going after Amos. Amos took off his jacket, and I know you can't see me, but he does like this, like this whole charge thing, like hyping up and whatnot. Just crashes in the whole timekeeper's area. Then AJ ended up going for a phenomenal forearm, but Ricochet caught him with the recoil. So Ricochet getting a win, which that's very rare nowadays, if you ask me. But he's in Money in the Bank, so we'll see what goes along with that. Figured AJ was going to be in it. Come on, he's in the tag division right now, so he's not going to be in it. Matt Riddle was talking to Randy Orton, talking about both of them in the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Riddle talking about, we got to have the stash in the briefcase. I'm like, stash? My Whoppers, man. The hamburgers. I got all the Whoppers and whatnot. And, he asked Orton for some pointers. And Orton, pointers you want? How about you just stay out of my way? Riddle said, it could be like two brothers fighting over Money in the Bank and whatnot. Wouldn't that be awesome? And Orton says, "Not for you." Okay. Next, we had a lot of John Cena clips tonight, which to promote the Fast and Furious 9 movie. So it looks like everything's cool right now. I'm not gonna go into the whole Taiwan thing and whatnot, but yeah, they were really promoting Fast 9 tonight. A lot of stuff with Cena. Next. Oh, okay. Let's see here. This whole thing. All right. What this segment? Eva Marie and her friend, which we're just going. It's Piper Niven, but they've only addressed her as her friend and whatnot. So basically, they both were walking. I guess walking to the ring, and it was her protege, Eva Marie's protege and whatnot. And before Piper could even say her own name, Eva Marie cut her off and said, "This is Dewdrop." And Piper didn't look happy about it as she picked up Eva Marie's gear and walked behind her. Listen, I heard they were changing this last week. And it was already a lot of controversy going on behind that because I'm like, they never said who her name was last week, but everybody was saying it's Dewdrop. It's Dewdrop. Now, I don't know what Dewdrop means. Someone said it was from that game Candyland, or somebody said it was in a dictionary. I forgot what I read, but it says what women who are sexually or romantically attracted to other women. I don't know what dewdrop means. Listen, the thing is this: people were already saying last week that this is fat shaming and whatnot. I think didn't Mia Yim and something get pissed on the internet about it? Well, Piper Niven is fat, so I don't know what you want me to say. Thing is this: at least Piper Niven can move in the ring and whatnot. The thing is this: how many people really know who she is if they watch NXT UK like that? Unless you watch it and then you know what's going on and whatnot. Hey, she moves better than Nia Jax out there, so that's a fact. But motherfucker, we know the girl's fat, so I don't know why everybody's saying people are fat shaming if we see it right in front of us. Okay, she can move in the ring though, so don't let the size fool you. But Dewdrop, I don't know. I don't know what this is. And okay, next we go into a tag match then, which was a qualifying match to see who's going Money in the Bank. So it's Asuka Naomi versus Eva Marie and Dewdrop, or just Piper Niven, which Piper did most of the entire match in general until, Eva tagged herself in, was going to get the pin. Naomi kicked out. She tried to tag back out, but Niven ended up leaving. So they've already got betrayal going on. Already, they 1 week. It's literally been 1 week. And they said the name, and all of a sudden, Niven or Dewdrop is turned on Eva Marie already, just rolled up. Okay, so I don't. What can I really say about this? All right, I guess either they just don't think it's gonna work, or I don't know where this is leading to, because it's just 1 week, not even a month, not even multiple weeks. And listen, I'm sure at some point we were gonna see Piper Niven get pissed off, call me by my real name, stop calling me Dewdropper and everything. But no, we're just gonna do it literally in 20 minutes or 10 minutes after it just happened, and they've only been a team for a week, but now they've already showed dissension already. So I don't know, or maybe because they just couldn't get Eva Marie in a Money in the Bank match because we know this girl cannot wrestle. Okay, we knew that 5 years ago. All right, and I tried to be optimistic, and even last week I said you know what, let's see where it goes. Even with Eva Marie, I first thought okay, maybe she could get better in the ring. Maybe I'm willing to give somewhat of a second chance, but obviously that's not the case, and it's like everybody would say they hired her because she is hot. But then again, some would say she probably looked better 5 years ago because they it's already said like it's just too much plastic going on, which I could agree. It is a lot of plastic going on with that. But well, with her in general. But yeah, you could tell the difference between 5 years ago and looking at her right now. But just a strange way of doing things, especially with this whole name like change or whatnot. So I don't know, man. This whole thing is weird. We'll see what happens next, but maybe they've given it up already. Maybe they just given up on this whole thing because they know it's not gonna work. I don't know. We'll see what happens next week. Next though, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville came out to call out Rhea Ripley after what happened last night at Hell in a Cell, saying it was unacceptable. Ripley says, "What are you all talking about?" Saying she got herself intentionally disqualified and everything, but Ripley wondered if the rules only apply to her and that Charlotte, as Charlotte basically went on to come out there and not yet, saying she wants her rematch and everything. And she said Ripley is smart and that she's somewhat proven herself to be a strategic competitor, but Flair says she's going to destroy her and she will get her rematch at Money in the Bank. Okay, so all we know is just a match of Money in the Bank. And where are they trying to lead to a no DQ match? Because you might have co-host said like, if it's not gonna be a no DQ match, like why should I even watch this? And I said last night that finish was a bunch of bullshit. Anyways, like let's throw the plastic thing from the announce table and then intentionally just immediate disqualification. Makes no sense. I don't get that. That was bad. Next, Natalya and Tamina, we're doing a photo shoot. Hey, let's just do the reverse segment from last week. Last week, we got Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke doing a photo shoot. And what is it this week? Tamina and Natalya doing a photo shoot. And who's in the ring this week? Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. And basically, it's the same segment from last week, but in reverse. And it's Rose and Brooke standing tall. All I can say is this. Reverse, reverse. Everybody clap your hands. Left foot now, y'all. Right foot now. Okay, let's now. You all know the song I'm going for, okay? If you're from Chicago, you definitely know what song I'm going for when singing that. But yeah, reverse, reverse. Next though, Randy Orton, John Morrison, Miz. He's still there, but at least he's doing something. He can still talk. Johnny Drip Drip there. Which I will say the only funny thing out of this whole segment was not Randy Orton, but Matt Riddle using the scooter to chase Miz in the wheelchair. Morrison ended up taking down Orton, hit the Starship Pain, and yeah, Morrison, Johnny Drip Drip there. He beat Randy Orton, surprisingly. So, yeah, well, yeah, come on, you gotta get Morrison Money in the Bank. You know it's gonna be some wild shit, especially on a ladder with him. Get ready for some crazy stuff, alright? So hopefully this goes somewhere for Morrison, no. Oh boy. Jackson Baszler. I don't know where this is going. Let's see. Alexa Bliss did have some new theme music, which was that was some pretty hard shit. That wasn't bad. That was they had some knock to it. Alexa Bliss's new theme, okay. Not a fan of this gimmick, but wasn't a bad theme, no. And it's Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And Nikki Cross is in the back, right? She's got this mask on. I'm wondering, like, well, why she got a mask on for? And the next thing you know, she's a superhero then. Now, listen, I know everybody's going to sit there and just basically shit on it or say Nikki Cross is buried. Well, people been saying she's been buried, but why are they doing this for her? Or the company just doesn't give a shit and whatnot. I could sit here and say that, but then I have to remember, like, wait a minute. I've seen this superhero thing before. It's basically Mighty Molly 2.0. Or some say it's a mixture now or fusion of Mighty Molly and Blue Pants. Okay? And this is what you got with Nikki Cross. Or the Moth Woman or something. But I'm just sitting there looking at it like it's Mighty Molly 2.0. That's literally what I'm getting throughout this whole thing while she's a superhero. I'm like, oh, okay, it's Molly Holly then. Like, okay, it worked back then. Maybe it could work now. It's at first I said it was Discount Hurricane, but then I'm like, yeah, Mighty Molly 2.0. Let's see how this goes, cause I don't know. All right, and we get more Bliss hypnotizing, and this time she hypnotizes Reginald, and he looks like he's about to bitch slap Nia Jax. I would have liked to see that. We haven't seen a good bitch slapping in a while, but we know we can't see that nowadays. Hey, worked in the Attitude Era, worked in the Ruthless Aggression Era. Nowadays, you can't see that. But it would have been a good bitch slap, though. But basically, he stopped himself, and then they hugged and like crossed it, like drop kick, and knocked him down. And then Nikki Cross rolled up Shayna Baszler. I'm sure everybody's saying Shayna Baszler once again losing now to a superhero, running from a doll, and now losing to a superhero. So yes, we have the possessed demonic whatever girl that can hypnotize and just use all like these dark powers, and now we have a superhero who are now going into Money in the Bank. Yeah, this is what we're going with here, folks. This is what we're going with. I have literally no clue. I honestly don't, but this is definitely what we're going with. But yeah, Mighty Molly 2.0. Next, Drew McIntyre. Talk about he look forward to the future, and talk about Winston Churchill. And he can't go back to the WWE title right now, but he can get the Money in the Bank. Next thing you know, Jinder Mahal. When was the last time he was on TV? Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, and Cedric Alexander still wanting to be in the Money in the Bank match. Sheamus says he's the U.S. champion, so he shouldn't have to qualify. And well, you're not defending the title. I think Sheamus is still hurt with the nose thing, so we'll see what's going on with that. Drew McIntyre went against Matt Riddle. Randy Orton was out there. Well, he was somewhat on commentary. Very good match. Ate up a lot of time. And really fun match. I actually enjoyed this. Riddle ended up getting a roll-up on McIntyre for the win. So I did like it. And then, he tried to go up there and fist bump Orton in. And Riddle said, hey, man, it's wrong, man. Just talk to me, Randy. I'm here for you, bro. Arcade, bro. Next, Riker. Gunner there, basically, I guess, was, working out until Monster wanted some advice. But since he didn't talk, he walked off, and Riker told him, never let your enemy escape. And, he's going to get Elias next week in a strap match. As Ali showed up then, Mustafa Ali basically telling Mansoor, you're asking all the wrong questions to the wrong people. Or maybe you need to take the opportunity. Basically kind of started looking at Riker then. So could he attack him? I have no idea. Possibly. But yeah, we're doing a strap match next week, folks. But in the main event, though, we got Bobby Lashley versus Xavier Woods in a Hell in a Cell match. Wasn't bad or anything. I ain't gonna lie, I did like the Woods doing that, freaking elbow, somewhat tightrope onto the table. That did look clean. I did like that. I was surprised Woods got a lot of offense in this match in general, but Lashley ended up winning, spearing Woods then after, knocking Woods into the chair in the corner, and then he put him in the hurt lock for the win. But right after, Lashley threw Woods outside and started to, basically getting Kingston's face. MVP got through the door then as he locked himself in there. Lashley ended up putting the hurt lock back in the Woods as, he made Kofi watch, telling him to let him go and whatnot. So, yeah, that basically ended it from there. Some wonder, could Woods be the one that end up turning on Kofi? Possibly, because they've been, teasing that, Kofi, is he going to be the one to turn and whatnot? But it could be a swerve and have Woods do it. I could see that happen. I'm sure a lot of people have said that, too. So we'll see what goes on with that. At least we've had some qualifying matches tonight for Money in the Bank. I don't understand why we need to do another Hell in a Cell match again. It's like, hey, Fox got one, so USA got one. I did, like I said, I'm glad to see we got qualifying matches, though, in general for Hell in a Cell. And I guess it's a last chance thing next week with Drew, Orton, and AJ. So we'll see what goes on with that. But, like I said, the stuff with this show, though, the Dewdrop Eva Marie thing, I don't know why it's already like her being turned on in 1 week. And then Bliss, which has a really good theme, but this whole I can hypnotize you to bitch slap people, like I said, would have been a good bitch slap, but it's not happening. And, Nikki Cross is a superhero. Like I said, it's Mighty Molly 2.0, so it's like I've seen it before, so I'm not trying to bury it that much, given that I've seen it in the past, so we'll see what happens with that. But it's just kind of funny that they're the ones in the Money in the Bank, though, okay? Ripley and Charlotte, why are we even having a rematch with these two again in Hell in a Cell? not Hell in a Cell, at Money in the Bank. Yeah, because I even said it last night, it will be a rematch at Money in the Bank. And now it is a rematch at Money in the Bank. So, yeah, there you go. All right. But we'll see what happens as we are on the road to Money in the Bank. I'm sure it'll be Kofi and Woods anyway, Kofi and Lashley, which we already know. So we'll see what happens with that that whole feud and whatnot. But yeah, that's Raw for you tonight, folks. That's definitely Raw for you. Other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.